All Advancing Prefab stories are brought to you by Mandeville Modular.
Do you ever think about construction and innovation? Now I want you to think advancements. I want you to think prefab. I want you to think steel frame modular construction. I'm here today with Heith Bibby, who is the CEO at Mandeville Modular. The reason why they're doing something so unique in the industry is because he's always been an visionary of innovation. And he's also been doing this for a really long time. Hi, Heith. How are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Good. We were talking a little while ago about innovation and the excitement around it. But for you, how do you actually see construction, innovation, and the way that it's flourishing for Mandeville Modular?
Well, it's, finally everyone's starting to catch up where we've been for quite some time, like you stated. And I love that people are finally, understanding that we have to pick it up. We have to pick up the pace. Modular construction's been around for decades in the United States. You don't realize that, for example, the Hilton Hotel on the Riverwalk on San Antonio State Rin was built with modulars, 200 plus rooms. So it's good that people are finally understanding, hey, we've got to turn the corner and start to innovate.
Absolutely. From your perspective, being in your business, it seems as though you're not being held back anymore. You're not reporting to the people that are financing your particular factory. Like we were talking about, there's been a lot of success stories,
Right.
And there's been a lot of failures in offsite construction, but there's also been that in general contracting construction and traditional construction, but it's so magnified in our industry because we're adopting it. We're like slow adapters. Give us a little bit of background about why you're being able to be so innovative. What makes it so unique, and why is it like you don't have to follow what everybody else is doing? You can be the creator of your own domain.
Right. We chose the direction of, self-financing our business, not being beholden to the return on an investment. The thing about that was motivating for me to take that risk and take that step was we have a vision, we have a product, we have a design. That is the driving force. Innovation is a driving force. We don't want to be beholden to someone saying, okay, well, there's a rate of return that has to happen. So let's not spend another 6 months innovating. Let's not spend another 6 months coming up with a better connection detail to stack these units together. Let's get this contract. It's a big contract. We've won it. Let's produce on that. And that's been the difference. So we were slower to market than others, but in that time, we weren't at the marketplace. We were evolving our design. I wanted to have something. I learned this years ago. Put something out in the marketplace you don't have to make an excuse for because you're not there to make an excuse for it. So we wanted to put our best foot forward, and that's the approach we took. And that's why we've started our company. Our structure of our company is set up that way.
I have to say, I love that you're bringing that up because a lot of the big companies that are out there that are doing what you're doing, massive multi-family and commercial projects, are really starting to realize that they have to keep reporting back to someone else, right? They have the board of directors or they have their finances for that modular factory. And that's okay because we all, enterprise, business, it starts where it's supposed to start.
Right.
The unique thing about what you were saying, though, is that you don't have to answer to those people.
Right.
So you were able to take the steps in order to make your product effective. How has that led you into what's happening over this next year with everything that's coming into the factory?
It's been amazing. I think, haste makes waste. And that's another belief I have. So for us, it has allowed us to have a product that is designed past where a lot of other products are, which is now being recognized by more people, more architects, more structural engineers. The flexibility and versatility of our component, the ability for our component to really be adaptable to any design that's there has really allowed us to explode, and we're really benefiting. It's been a true blessing in regards to the growth that we're experiencing, and especially this year. This year is going to be an insane year.
I know it is. So one of the things you may not know about Heith is that he is a true collaborator. It's not about keeping the secrets all tied tight. He actually welcomes people to his factory. He talks to people about his integrative system, the steel frame system that he has created with his team. Heith, I love that there's been so many people that have come to the factory. Can you reveal a couple of them?
Yeah, I mean, we have, oh my goodness, we have, whether it's state legislators, some of the larger architecture firms that are coming in, financiers that are building, hotels, hotel lines like Hyatt. Um, we have people from the entertainment sector that's come in. The other thing that's really been drawn to us are some of these other manufacturers of components that we incorporate into our system that are hearing from some of their clients about what we're doing, that's been coming into our factory. We're also blessed to have been a part of a presentation to the country of Brazil, that's opened a door for us to be able to potentially have some projects internationally there.
And talking about internationally, you are an international company. Really, your roots come from Jamaica, right?
That is correct.
Can you
Yeah.
give us a little bit of background? Because honestly, that is the one thing that I truly love about you.
Yeah. So, I mean, even going to our name of our company, Mandeville, I was raised in Jamaica, went to school there until I was a teenager. And culturally and just my upbringing has taught me some principles that I carry on in my adult, life now. Hence why we also have a facility in Jamaica, to give back to the island that's allowed me to flourish and become the person I am today.
I love that. He's got such an international experience, and not to mention so many different partners that are coming in as well. It really, truly is something that is an approach that is in the United States as this hub in California, but all these other integrated partners and people that you have pretty much met throughout the years.
Yes, 100%. It's like I said, it's been a blessing. We've yeah, one person, for us, we've grown based on referrals. We've never been the glitz and glam, and that's the difference. We're all about the product, not about the, glitz and glam. And clients have, taken to that, respected that, and they're the ones that have allowed us to grow by referrals.
Well, and also, just so you know, when you meet Heith and his team, they are exceptional at what they're doing. They're not only building the pre-construction team, but they're walking them through the philosophy of how the building is going to be created, how it's going to be constructed, how it's going to come together on site. These are all things. This is the ecosystem of how he builds and how he has articulated his company, and it's proven. You have proven product out there.
Yeah, we're proud of it. We're proud of it, and we demonstrate it. We stand behind it. That's why for us, we'll follow the product all the way through to completion. Others will build you a unit or units, and once it's shipped, that's really it. They'll be available by phone, but for us, we follow the product. We all the way through. So we take the client from cocktail napkin design to full completion.
And that's the way they do it over at Mandeville Modular. Make sure you check them out. And that's the dirt on Offsite Dirt.
Thank you to Mandeville Modular for supporting our industry.